I saw this on Twitter. Jury decides Alex Jones must pay $965 million. By the way, that's basically $1 billion. In the Sandy Hook defamation trial. Connecticut jury and InfoWars host Alex Jones defamation trial said on Wednesday he must pay $965 million in damages to multiple families that suffered from the false claims about the 2012 Sandy Hook elementary school shooting, which killed 26 people, including 20 children. 15 different plaintiffs. That's the key here. It's damages across so many people and families that were affected. And so when you would typically have a defamation trial, like it would affect, I guess, I don't know, one person or two. And then when you would have a verdict come out and you would have your punishment, the damages would be associated with that one person. But if you decide damages at a certain amount for one person, then you have to multiply it by 15.
Sure.
These numbers can get staggering. Although I don't know how many people predicted it would be $1 billion. And I don't know what the significance of the $1 billion is. Obviously, he doesn't have $1 billion.
Yeah.
So
what happens then? He's just constantly bankrupt.
Just bankruptcy, yeah. But maybe that's the point. Maybe the message sent, the families involved, you just want to, it's like the symbolism of it or something. But
each one gets a significant portion, and it's all equal, you know?
Yeah, that's interesting too. I don't know. You're right. How is it distributed? How do they manage the payout of whatever is available? Alex Jones owes $965 million to 8 family members of Sandy Hook shooting victims and a first responder, but it is far from clear how much of that money they'll ever see. Yeah, well, that's exactly the point. I don't know how you...
Yeah.
That's the whole point of it, right?
So is he officially just done? Like everything, his show, because he can't do this anymore, right?
Yeah.
Like he's just bankrupt.
I don't know enough about how this operates, honestly, to tell you.
We need Vin.
Well, I mean, even him, you would have to have enough knowledge of how these payment structures work for these damages to know how they're going to be able to reach into all of his operations to try to get what they can. I presume the way it goes is you file for bankruptcy, and whether or not there's appeals and other things that can maybe take place, I don't know about that too. But then there's assets, and then it's whatever you can get from those assets and then distribute those to those that are owed the damages. But I don't think he's ever going to generate the $1 billion. So to what extent is he allowed to continue to operate, work, pay for his own life, which presumably he'll have to do? I would assume it would have to be a percentage that they would be able to pull from. This, by the way, this would apply to anybody that's in a trial where the damages are beyond the scope of what they're capable of paying.
But allow them to keep working to a certain extent.
I presume.
Yeah.
So
and living.
In that case, I think he could still keep doing it. However capable he is. And then people get crafty as well, as far as moving assets around and starting different companies and being like, oh, the punishment belongs. Like, I'm sure it's all kind of funny business with that. Yeah. But it certainly also, at the same time, is, I guess, like a strong message for anybody who's playing around with these topics, conspiracy-style topics, where you have real people and real events involved. I mean, that's a huge warning of what can happen. $1 billion in damages? $1 billion for like being on microphone, spitting out whatever you want about anything. And I don't know if it's unprecedented. I can't recall an event like that. $1 billion, Will?
Yeah.
For defamation?
Uh-huh.
Maybe it exists. But that's a staggering. That's when I saw that. I was like, what? It's like, what?
Yeah, that's a lot.
What?
That's a lot.